Hello everyone, welcome to your next video. Today we are going to hook up LiveKit with Twilio so that you can make an inbound call, and you can follow my exact step-by-step recipe so that you can make this work on your own computer. If you're ready to jump in, let's go. So what we're going to need is a few different accounts. We're going to need OpenAI, Deepgram, Cartesia, LiveKit, Twilio, and Cursor. So that's the tech stack that we are going to be using to be able to put all this together. So I'm going to log into every single one of these accounts. You can find the links below in the description, and I see you guys when you've logged in. Okay, so let's just collect all these keys into a text file. So in OpenAI, go to this URL and we'll find API keys. We're going to create a new key. I'm going to call this delete this because after this video, that's what I'll do. Copy that. Let's paste that in. We can close that now. In Deepgram, we need the create API key. Let's call this delete this. And create key. And we'll paste that in as well. This is for the Deepgram. This is then for Cartesia. Copy. Okay, so once you've got all those, we're going to need to grab a couple other things, but just to make sure we've also got Cursor installed. So in Cursor, this is where we will be putting in all the requirements that we need from LiveKit to be able to run our agents on our computer. When you're in Cursor, you go click on Open Project, Cursor Projects, and I'm going to call this one LiveKit YouTube, and open, and we'll be greeted by this screen. In here, you can press Command J or Control J, and you'll come up with your terminal. We're going to need this in a second. The other thing you'll find as well is this document right here. So it's good to have these prerequisites to be able to do this process. If you don't, it might just take you a little bit longer, but it is definitely possible if you just follow my steps. You have Cursor installed, and we do that. And if you don't have Python installed computer, if you're on Windows, for example, you go to this link, and for Mac, you can also run this command in your terminal and it will install the Python packages for you. And we also got all these three keys just now. So what you'll do next is click on this little arrow, and it'll expand the next steps. So in our first step, in your IDE or my Cursor, run each one of these commands one by one to start a virtual environment. This is where all the pip installs will go. Think of them as, and pip is Python install packages. I think it's actually something different, but that's how I like to remember it. And just to get this going, we'll go into Cursor, and in our terminal, we are going to copy this. Now, for me, it's not going to work because I'm running a different version of Python. For me, it is actually Python 3. So that's what you might have to do as well. And I'm on Mac, so I'm going to copy this and just paste that in. Now, we just started up a virtual environment, and that basically is a separate instance on my computer where all the stuff will get installed. Instead of installing globally on my whole machine, it'll be sitting just in that folder that we created a second ago. And if you ever want to turn it off, you just type in deactivate. Now, we are going to go to step 3 and install these initial packages from a LiveKit. And I just copy that, by the way. So we copy that, Alt Tab, and just press Enter when you've got that copied. And to paste that in, I just pressed Command V. Great. And now while it's installing, what you can do is create this .env file. However, I think it is easier actually just to come into this link. So if you click on this link, it'll open up a page where it already contains most of this. So if you jump to where it says environmental variables, and you'll see something looks like this. We just want to click on this button right here. It says Reveal API Secret. Great. Now I'm just going to copy that over, and we are going to now go to Cursor. And in the top left, we've got the ability to create a new file. So I'm going to click on this button and type .env and then press enter. ENV is your environmental variables. It's where if this was to be set up properly, someone else wouldn't be able to see these keys at all. We're just going to paste this in. And now we just need to fill in the rest of the keys that we copied before. So Cartesia, let's then do the deepgram key. And let's now do the AI key and then deepgram. Now then just press Command S or Control S. And now we've got our environmental variable set. Perfect. Just to quickly explain what these are. Cartesia is our text to speech model. It's going to convert the text that our LLM will create into sound or voice. OpenAI is our LLM that's going to think for us, and deepgram is the thing that's going to transcribe the things that I say from my agent to this setup. Let's go back to our Notion document. In here, we just literally follow this step and we click on the Reveal API key. And step number 5 is copy this code into the agent.py file. Now, we don't have this file yet, so we actually need to go and create it ourselves. Again, we go to the top left, create new file, and then call it agent, what was it meant to be? Agent, agent.py. Perfect. Okay, and here now we have two options. One is if you want to have a multilingual system, it can speak anything other than English, but I'm going to go with the English one. So I'll just expand that, and there's a button here for me to copy. It copies this whole code, and now we can just go back to Cursor and then paste that in, and then just save that. Once that's done, we go to step 6, which is try running this command. So we copy this, we go to the bottom of our terminal. It should be done installing all this stuff now. Copy and then press enter. If at this point you actually have some issues and it didn't work, you had errors come up, what you can do is you can literally highlight all this and then click on add to chat or go Command L, and this will then add it to this line right here. And then you can just say, help me fix this. And that's how you can then get around the whole, I'm not sure how to code stuff. This is why we're using Cursor for this. So we've done step 6. Now the next step is, and if you also have any issues, you can, on my Windows computer, I had to install CSIPY, and I had to install this stuff and then restart my computer to make it work. But in my case, I had no errors and I can just move on. So I'm just going to copy this command right here and then paste that in, and then you run that. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'm just a program. It sounds like you might have something on your mind. How can I assist you today?
Yeah, I just wanted to know, what is your name?
I'm often referred to as an AI assistant, but you can call me whatever you like. How about you? What should I call you?
My name's Fred.
Nice to meet you, Fred.
Okay, awesome. Now, just to shut that off, you press Control C, and that closes the terminal from working. Yeah, voila! Now you guys got your LiveKit agent working on your own computer, and you can talk to it. Now the next part of this video will be to connect it up with your phone. We'll need our Twilio account, so make sure you are logged in, as I am. And now we can begin to go to the next step in our Notion document, which is these steps right here. So we'll need to go to LiveKit and /projects. Just click on that. Okay, that didn't take me there, but I had to go in the settings, project, and the thing that we want is this thing called here zip URI. We copy that and just keep that in your clipboard. In a second, we're going to need it. So let's jump back into our Notion. In our Notion, it says for step 3, we need to now go to Twilio and then do these steps. We need to buy phone number, search for Elastic in the search bar, and then click on the Elastic zip trunks. So let's go do all these steps. So let's go now, active numbers, by number, and I'm just going to pick any number, really doesn't matter too much which one. Cool. So now that we've purchased that, we can now do the next step, which was to search Elastic in the search bar right here. Elastic zip trunks, and click on create a new zip trunk. I'm going to call this OK YouTube. And now we go into this origination button, which is actually means in telephony stands for inbound stuff. Termination is outbound, origination is inbound. We click on add origination URI. This is a thing we just copied before from LiveKit. Once we've got this, we need to go back to our Notion document and then copy a very specific line. So in step 6, we need to copy this after that. So we go the semicolon thingy with transport equals TCP. Change that all to 101 just so it has higher priority over any other calls. So now once we've got this hooked up, we now click on numbers, add a new number, add an existing number, and we choose the number that we just bought. So the one with the 444 for me. Click on add to selected. Now I like to jump into the actual number and triple check whether that's been assigned. So I'll go back to my account dashboard, then go into active numbers, go to the number we chose. It was there, but you can actually choose the zip trunks directly from this area as well. Twilio Set Up is actually finished. So let's go back to our Notion document. And step 8 was to run each one of these. We don't need to because we already have it running. I was assuming maybe you guys set this up in a different way. So step 9 is also optional. Step 10 is also optional just because we already did the initial part. So maybe someone jump straight to this step. That's what I was thinking about. And then we create an inbound zip trunk inside of LiveKit. So now we go back to our LiveKit setup. And then there you'll find on the left-hand side, telephony, we have configuration. And in here, we need to set up a zip trunk. So in the top right, you've got a blue button here called create new. Gonna go click on trunk and let's call this inbound YouTube. This is where our number from Twilio is going to go. So +1. Get rid of any, reformat that. Optional settings, nothing else really. And we can enable crisp. Why the hell not? Okay, and then click on create. Once we've done this, we head over to our Notion document and just make sure we've followed all the steps that we needed to. So we called it whatever we want. We put the number in. We didn't have to do any authentications. And now this step is to create dispatch rule. So we click on the blue button again. We click on dispatch rule. And we call this inbound YouTube dispatch. And choose individual. What this means is that it will create each time you get an inbound call, it'll be a separate call for everyone. So if you have direct, what it'll actually do is you can have multiple people call into the same like area, and you have multiple people talking to the same agent or to each other at the same time. But we don't really want that. In here, in the agent dispatch, we're going to click on add agent, and we'll select telephony agent, paste that in. You can put the metadata in as well. Match trunks, go inbound YouTube. That's the one that we want to match by. And the next step is that we will need to go back to cursor after we've clicked on create. So let's do that. Amazing. Now we jump back into cursor, and we'll need to create a new file or override this one. So whichever works for you. But I'm just going to create a new file called telephony_agent and copy this code. So you'll have to expand this, press on copy right here, go back to cursor, save this, and now we can run our agent. Now, in a second, I'll explain a little bit more on how everything works so you can get these going yourself. Perfect. Now we're just going to paste that in. And this is the command you need to write each time or paste in if you want to speak to your agent using your phone. So I can see it's starting up. Now I'm going to just jump on my app on my phone and call this number. Hey, what's happening now?
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling. What's happening?
Yeah, I just wanted to see whether you're working. Thanks for calling. Bye. Great. So now we've got an inbound call working with our Twilio. Just to clarify some things, this agent actually has the ability to check the time. It also has a prompt right here. So if you want to change the prompt, it is between these like triple quotation marks and triple quotation marks, and you can type whatever you want in here. If you also wanted to change to something like a different model, you would change the model from 4 mini just to 4.0. You can also then completely change from Cartesia to 11 Labs. Honestly, there's a little bit more work with this setup. You still got to be able to store the transcripts and the call, be able to do an outbound call. So if you guys are keen on seeing on how to do all that, I can make another video. I just wasn't sure whether whether you guys would be happy with this kind of tutorial, especially how I'm usually doing vapi and I'm jumping over to LiveKit and like some coding stuff. So let me know in the comments below if this is kind of the thing that you're looking for, you want to see more of. If not, great. If yes, I'll create the next video. If you also want to learn more and have like hands-on help with building stuff like this, you can join our free school community just by clicking the link below. Thank you guys, and hopefully see you there. Bye.